like a hungover look. Like you just partied all night long and somebody slipped some like zombie juice in the punch, and now everyone woke up wanting brains. Like that's the vibe. That's the story of this makeup. Bless my tongue, bless the words of which I speak. Allow this experience to be the most high expression of love. Allow all that I am to be the embodiment of a sacred presence. Cleanse all of which is imperfect within. All that I am experiencing, banish from this space. All of which is ungrateful, all that is uninvited. And I cultivate a spirit of infinite gratitude as I allow the image of the most high form of love to become all that is manifested through this experience. And that all of which is misunderstood and unaligned with the body, the mind, the spirit, the expression of the most high of all creation. In this moment, I sacrifice the imperfection and I allow all that is of the most high essence to fill this space, and I allow this journey to be guided by the Tao, and I release all of which is no longer needed, all of which is no longer serving. And I give thanks in the highest form, which is infinite gratitude for the alignment with all that I am and all that is the most high of all creation. And I allow this practice to be sacred. Allow my actions to be blessed, my expression to be of the most high understanding, wisdom, knowledge, that my awareness is purified, and all that I am experiencing is the most high. Hello, here we are today, again, doing things that are blessed and holy, taking action that is the embodiment of realization of the most high potential we have, that here we are still in line with the path, with the image of our most high self. And I have infinite gratitude as I allow all that I am to be the highest expression of true love for all of creation. As I follow the path the Tao is guiding me through, within me, around me, creating an experience of my most high expression of all that I am. Okay, I'm going to use this Ruby Kisses Pore Minimizing Face Primer to start us off. I honestly don't I'm just gonna follow my light inside and just see where I end up because I have already washed my face and moisturized. This is the moisturizer I use. It's Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I love Hydro Boost, okay? The wipes are superior to any makeup wipe. The Hydro Boost wipes, like Neutrogena has a lot of different wipes, like makeup cleansing wipes, but the Hydro Boost is the most superior makeup removal tool on planet Earth. Okay, I know I mean, it's just my truth, you know, my truth. And if I'm being honest, I don't really have like a super like extravagant and like extensive plan of skincare, if I'm being honest. I just do my best at taking care of all that I am. Like clear skin is not necessarily like what I'm trying my hardest to achieve. I am doing all that I can to make sure that I'm taking care of all that I am in the way that is most natural to me. And the imperfections on my skin are a part of all that I am. They are a part of my journey, what makes me me. And I am not gonna fight myself just to fit in with this concept of beauty, because the truth is, the person who defined clear skin as being beautiful is most likely somebody who had clear skin. And that is not something that is held as a truth across all of creation. Nature has imperfect texture all throughout the earth. There is imperfection, yet it is beautiful. And so I honor my skin no matter what state it's in. Even when I have a little like little baby pimples, the more I take care of myself, the more I will feel beautiful within. You know, it's interesting because I'm gonna come back to that thought. I want to start on my face. Do I want to start with eyes today? I don't really know where we're going, so maybe I will start with my eyes, I guess. We'll just see. I do kind of want to start off diving in head first, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna go with my Saharan palette by Juvia's. I'm gonna immediately go in with Chad and just put it all over my eyelid, okay? I'm not even gonna like put any base on it. I'm just gonna, you know, like hop on in there, man, balls deep. Okay, I was saying that well, one, I have this like message coming to me through like my guidance to express that thoughts manifest, and that your energetic vibration is what will define how beautiful you are. It is not a physical sensation, beauty. It is not a bodily expression either. It is energetic. It is intangible, this concept of beauty. It cannot be held nor touched or captured necessarily, only personified, I want to say. So if you want to be beautiful, if you desire beauty, how do you feel? What is your energy? You know, I don't think beauty is a singular kind of moment. I think it is more of like a lifestyle where as you create who you are, right, the reflection that you see of what it is you have inside makes you feel like life is beautiful, not your human form, but life. I believe is the only thing that can truly capture beauty, life. That is why the achievement of beauty is a lifestyle, not necessarily a moment in time. Okay, Chad, we're putting him or her, okay, on my eyelid and just having fun. I really want to do something kind of like dark. So we're heading in the right direction. You see my veins in my eyes? Like, that's so cool, dude. Whoa. That is awesome. Why would I ever want to cover that up? Whoa, that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna keep going. and just pack that black on our eyelid, you know. But there's this picture, well, there's this like moment, I think it's from like a lecture or something, that Ye or Kanye West was doing, who I believe will genuinely one day become president in the near future. But we can talk about that later. Anyways, there's this like moment of him, and I don't know if it's like verbatim or like something is an exact kind of expression of what he said, because it was just a picture that I saw like on Pinterest. But he was like saying that something similar to like how like beauty, or like, you know, like feeling beautiful, this like concept of like our natural experience of ourself has been taken from us, you know, and sold back to us under the concept of luxury. And I found that so deeply like relevant and very intelligent, you know, because it is truth, you know. There is this concept of luxury in which there is this sort of idea that there can be something of more value than nature. And this enslaves the brain to believe that it must acquire this, I want to say, man-made form of wealth, which is money, in order to obtain what seems to be a healthy and like idealistic experience of the self, of reality, and that somehow what is true to our nature is less of value because it does not have some glorified brand name on it. And so I think what I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Fula, which is this pink here that is like shimmery and pretty. The concept of luxury within itself is a programmed system of belief that something can be of more value than nature itself. And I'm gonna take this and put it right like on top of this black. We wanna make like a freaking goth queen dream. That's what I'm feeling, and I'm really gonna pack that color in, like, so you can really see it. And if I'm being honest, the concept of beauty within itself is also man-made. And then you have all these programmed ways of living. For instance, having a skincare routine, and then these skincare products are identified as a thing which can make you beautiful, as if beauty was not what you had began before you picked up the product. It's a gentrified experience of reality, beauty, luxury. It is promoted and advertised as holy, as sacred, because these are the lifestyles that we see those who we treat and are told are the gods, are the angels, are the divine of the human race, which are these celebrities, right? These are the lifestyles that they live, and so this becomes our example. This becomes what it is we are intended to embody. Blasphemous, what I call it. This concept of fame, giving you superiority, making you divine. Blasphemous. And that the lifestyle you live after gaining fame is intended to be seen as holy, sacred, or desirable, luxurious, right? Again, more blasphemy. And this is not to say that those who have these lifestyles are not experiencing what it is to, like, their highest self, a lifestyle of blessing. I am just saying the rest of the human race is being programmed to believe that fame, money, and glory makes you beautiful, that it makes you chosen, that it gives you some kind of right to say that the life you are living is sacred. I'm going to take Bori, this pink here, and put more color. But I think what I'm gonna do is kind of take this and put it on the outer edges of my eye. And I think I'm even gonna take it into my brow. I don't really know what's happening, if I'm being honest, but I'm gonna go with it. And I'm just gonna take this inside my brow now. And we're just gonna pretend like it's not there and put this pink on top of it and really define it, you know? I have unbelief that just because you are a celebrity, you have more blessing than a man which is homeless and clothless. He could be of absolutely no possession, yet carry an essence which is more holy than a body of fame, fortune, glory. The brain is taught that God is personified, or God can be found, that God is defined or discovered in success. That is material wealth or material prosperity. Again, more blasphemy. God can truly only be found through an expression of oneness with all that is of higher vibration than this material realm, with unity, with more than just what it is you see with your eyes. I'm just really kind of buffing that pink in there, and then I'm gonna kind of take it under here and just overall like buff that out, man. Reasons I think Kanye West will be president: simply because I believe that his inspiration to be a leader is divinely inspired. And so now I think I'm going to go in with some, I think I'm gonna actually go in with this Ada color here. I don't think I've ever used this one before. She looks like untouched, so we're gonna give her a try today. I'm just gonna dip my brush in that and go into the crease to kind of blend this black a little bit so it's not as harsh in this area, and it tones it down just a little bit and also kind of cleans it up. And that brown taking away some of that shine in that area specifically, while still adding color, like a transition, I guess, into the pink. The order that you do your makeup doesn't have to make sense, because guidance doesn't always come in a way that is logical, because the way the course of events are intended to manifest so that they may create your highest good, and just really buffing that out. Then I'm gonna go in with some red. Clearly I'm just kind of playing around, just seeing what happens. I'm just following my like inner voice, and I'm gonna take this red and put it in that spot to kind of blend everything that I just did together, while again adding that color back in. The pink, I believe, was intended to manifest almost like a super like fleshy type of vibe. I don't know. Like a hungover look. Like you just partied all night long and somebody slipped some like zombie juice in the punch, and now everyone woke up wanting brains. Like that's the vibe. That's the story of this makeup. Zombie Hunger Game. Do you see how it's creating this like moments, you know? We have like the black here, then we got like the brown and the red, and then it's meshing into like there, you know? And now we're gonna do the exact same thing to this. Because I think what we're going for here is not necessarily like a pretty face, I want to say, more of like a mood, like an aesthetic, like a story. Like I said, the zombie Hunger Games look. You know, sometimes makeup should be used to just, at least for me, it is just meditation, you know? Like I'm sitting here and I'm listening to my higher self as she tells me what to do, and we're gonna see what we look like at the end, you know? But I love how soft this became. Like, yeah, buddy. So we're gonna do this on the other eye. I think sometimes it's okay to just like allow yourself to be like childlike again. That's why in so many ways I'm like being freed right now. Like I'm experiencing freedom as I sit here and I do my makeup with like no boundary, no regard for like rules or regulations or restraints or anything. No professionalism. You know, I'm gonna call this, I feel more like a rock star. We'll call it our rock star look. Like our 70s, I want to say, like rock star, punk rock, 70s punk rock look. Yeah, punk rock star. Because, you know, I got the natural hair going, and, you know, in the 70s, I believe it was 70s, natural hair was a thing, okay? Natural hair was the thing. You know, creative self-expression should feel limitless. Look at all that's falling on my nose. That's cool, I'm gonna keep it there. It's actually fallout, but it's kind of doing things that are low-key cool. Yeah, the imagination is limitless, so when you're expressing yourself, I've learned that like it's best to let go of rules and regulations, simply because like, especially when it comes to being like a content creator, you know, when somebody becomes wildly known across YouTube in particular for like some sort of content like aesthetic or style, the entire like race of human beings like hops on and starts replicating, duplicating that exact same thing. If I'm being 100% honest, I saw this happen with Emma Chamberlain, you know, and it was like everybody wanted to be Emma Chamberlain, even I, you know, because I was just like, how the hell is she doing that, you know? Like all these people are watching her videos and yet she's just being herself. Like she's literally just using her own creativity, and somehow it's like programmed into the brain that like if you want to achieve a similar amount of success, then you got to do the exact same thing and then call it inspiration. That's not inspiration. Inspiration is original thought. Inspiration is not copying what you see. And so it took me a while to realize like, yo, Emma Chamberlain is Emma Chamberlain. Like I don't need to be Emma Chamberlain. I can be me. And this is not saying anything about Emma. I love Emma. I'm just saying like she was somebody that kind of like created an entire sort of like way of expressing yourself through content, through being a creator on YouTube. And she started a lot of trends, which in reality I feel like in a lot of ways Emma was inspired by other people too. So it's like for me it was just like, okay, I can love Emma and still find a way. I'm putting more black on my lid. I can love Emma's like content and still like embody my own originality, you know? Like I don't have to copy her. I don't have to set these standards and these boundaries on myself because people are only making videos that are a certain amount of time, or people aren't talking about spirituality. People aren't doing the things that I'm doing. People aren't being like their full, truthful, authentic, raw self. There's this like personality that is created for the camera, and I realized that I hated that, and that wasn't the kind of person, that wasn't the kind of content that I wanted to make. Like, not at all, not at all. So I stopped doing it. I stopped trying to copy people. I stopped trying to find inspiration, and I started listening to my guidance like I am now. I started following my path. I started practicing Taoism, and I discovered like the art that is, and then I'm taking that same Ida color and blending like what I just did, the art of listening to your higher self, you know, of like, just because somebody like experienced success and they've achieved doing what it is that you do, that like you want to do, you know, you don't have to follow what they've done, because 9 times out of 10 what you are intended to provide, right, to this kind of lifestyle or this like art form, you know, is something completely different than what they're meant to provide. It's all about like, you know, accepting your own journey and being yourself, living your own life, and not sacrificing your originality and your own creativity for material wealth or material satisfaction, because none of those things, I'm hearing like gratification, like wanting to be cool, wanting to be liked because you're following the trends. This is why I honestly rarely get on TikTok. I'm like now kind of doing my best to kind of venture back into there, but you know, doing it on my own. Like I'm not scrolling on my timeline to see what's like popping or what's this or what's that, but just being myself, you know, being inspired by who I am, being inspired by my own life, my own creativity. And if I just so happen to come across people who enjoy what it is that I'm doing, then that just means they're inspired. But it still doesn't give me anything at all. It just means that person and I are aligned and our journeys were intended to meet. But what I'm doing, what I'm creating, what I'm expressing, is all for me. It's all for myself. It's the highest form of love that I can give to all that I am. Originality, original self-expression. Because those things are scarce nowadays. Everyone is programmed to be the same one, the same person, and not in a way that even manifests harmony, but that manifests unconsciousness and enslavement of the brain. So I'm like wiping the brush as I blend so that I'm not like picking up a whole lot of color, man. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of this warm honey, LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I'm going to cover some of my dark spots and just like conceal where I want, because as we blend, the concealer is kind of gonna do a lot of the work. You know, makeup is about artistry. Who are you as an artist? We blend, and naturally I think the concealer is gonna manifest like this sort of ashiness, and then when it comes to the like this part of my face, I'm literally just gonna blend up, and wherever goes away goes away, but the color is gonna spread. I'm not gonna worry too much about my forehead, and then I'm gonna go around my eyebrow like that. Clearly this is my mood today, so But do you see how it's kind of manifesting this like flesh-like kind of experience? This like, I didn't sleep in like 10 days and I didn't drink any water type of thing. Makeup should just be an expression of yourself. And I'm saying these things because it's important that, you know, I express that perfection or being pretty here is not my goal, but just to create something that I feel is artistic. And then I'm just dabbing everywhere now. And now we're gonna take this 3D Contour Artist powder. I'm gonna take the one that's closest to my skin in this particular palette and set my face with that just to tone that concealer down without having to put more on it. And it also adds like a second layer of coverage. And then I'm just putting it everywhere, like even on this space here, because like I said, you see how it's kind of going like under. Yeah, that's what I want. You accept that every step in the process of creation, in the process of creating all that you are, in the process of expressing all that you are, is divinely guided. And that no matter what you're experiencing, what's for your highest good, not to panic or worry or be upset, but to just trust that you're supported by a greater intelligence, that everything you do is blessed by an essence that is holy, that is divine, and that all you experience is a force of life that brings you into unity with the most high good of all that is. Okay, nice. Face is set and she's cute. She's looking like a rock star. Now what should we do? I want to kind of make some veins on my under eye. This is going in many different ways. Now we're kind of getting a little vampy. But still, I would call it rockstar. Rockstars don't sleep. You can see the veins under their eyes, you know? They're lit. Some rockstars sleep. I'm gonna take... Should I use... Yeah, I'm gonna use... Oh, I didn't even say what I'm doing. I'm taking my Athena face paint. And I'm gonna take this, like, purple there. It's like a purple, like... Is that mauve? Maybe. We're gonna dip our brush in there and we're going to create some lines here. Whoa, that one's a little harsh, but you know, I said we're just gonna go with it, so maybe that one's just kind of popping. I mean, they're gonna get blended away anyway, so we're just gonna keep going. And now I'm going to take this blue, or I'm gonna take this blue, this kind of medium blue here, put some lines that are very like faint. You know, I think a lot of figuring out what makes you happy is a part of like having a willingness to discover things about yourself that are only found through, honestly, inaction, I want to say. And inaction is not necessarily... I'm gonna take this red now. Inaction is not necessarily like having no form of expression that is experienced on the physical realm. To me, I have discovered that inaction is defined by the sacrifice of free will through following the instruction of your inner guidance. In that way, you're not applying any force or doing anything. Ultimately, you are still. You become simply an awareness. And also, you become aligned with the Most High, with the force of life literally manifesting your physical body and the world that you see and the life that you experience. Now I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna like literally blend it away pretty much, and just letting that color spread, you know. We just kind of want it to be like faint like that. And then a lot of inaction is kind of setting yourself free from the burden of acting in ways that aren't for your highest good, because you're human, and the human was not created to know everything, only to experience the Most High. Someone's cutting the grass. What's next? Okay, I think I'm gonna set my brows or contour. We're gonna go really harsh and like ashy too. So I'm gonna take this from my e.l.f. contour palette. This is the light medium and it looks like this. And I'm gonna go into this one with my brush and just really pack on like a really harsh contour and take it around my forehead to blend everything in, you know. Oh, this is not as dark as I would like, but just to balance it, I'm gonna put some on the other side and then switch to a different powder. Oh, it's kind of dark, but it's not giving me the effect that I want. So I'm actually gonna go in with my Nika K palette that looks like this. And I'm gonna go in with the black. Go ahead and lightly, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And take it up, you know, into the hairline as well. Just really blend that bad boy out, you know. And bring it down lower than normal, and then buffer it. And that's good. It's harsh. That's how we intended it to be. And I'm gonna kind of like try to get some of that around. It's like a lot of like what we need really for happiness is to set ourselves free from trying to control everything in our reality. Sometimes you're guided to do things that are intended to heal you, but you may not understand, you know, and that's okay, because you rely on the fact that you were guided. And that clarity is something that is naturally provided the more faith you have in the experience of your highest good being guaranteed being the only thing that you experience. That's cool. But now I want to put a little bit more color. So I'm going to take this like brown in here. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna take this really big brush and kind of go in a circle right here to make some unique shade. And I'm gonna go down here and flush some color down there. And then here on my nose. And I kind of just want to get it everywhere. Like, I'm not worried about how this color is moving. We just want color. You know, I really want to do something cool and put some blue here on my eyes. But before I do that, I'm gonna take this blush. It's a Dare Blusher RK by Kisses Sweet Cheeks. And I think I'm gonna take the purple, just dab my brush in there, and I'm gonna go, so do you see where here there's like pink, and then here there is that sort of dark, harsh sort of contour? I'm gonna take the blush and put it right in the middle between the two, like that, and kind of keep it a little bit centered in that space, and then blend it around like that, and then take it up just to get the excess of. Look at that. We can definitely blend that away. Just go with it. We're a rock star. We don't really care about like perfection, you know. All we need is a guitar, man. Just kidding. Am I? And then on my nose, I'm gonna take it and put it directly on the sides like that, and then blend it away. Clearly, I'm just having fun with color. Oh, I said I wanted to put blue on my eyes. This Zola color here from my Masquerade Mini palette, and I'm gonna put it right under my brow. Almost like a highlight color, just to add something cool, you know, and then kind of blend it out into my brow. Blend it down, blend it around a little bit, and make sure that it goes to the front. You can even take your finger and kind of just like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that added some extra pop there. I'm here for it, buddy. And now I think I'm going to fill in my brows just a tad with this Perfect Eyebrow Pencil Crayon by Absolute. And I'm just gonna kind of like make them like a little darker, but I don't want them to be perfect. I just want to like fill them in. That's it. So we have just a bit more of like a bold brow. We want to go bold. Yeah, baby, that's cool. As long as you get the color inside, we're good. And then I'm just gonna, you know, brush it up. Brush it through to blend that product so it's not just sitting. You know, this setting spray, I think, inside my face. Dab everywhere to really press that product in. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of gel and set my brow. I'm trying to brush them in a way that kind of like matches the expression I want. I love having super long brow hairs. Oh yeah, buddy. That's it right there. That's what I'm looking for. NK Bold Lip Liner. And I'm going to... I just keep hearing set yourself free, set yourself free, set yourself free, set yourself free, set yourself free. You know, it's like society will try to get you to masquerade your creative self-expression because of trends and what's popular. And anybody who steps outside of the box is like condemned for being who they are, for not wanting to follow the rules and be a modern day slave. But revolution is achieved through a singular mind willing to no longer define reality by the spirit of the times. It's like that comes from divine inspiration, because God sees all that is possible. I think I'm gonna go here. This is my Athena palette again, and see what that's like. I don't know. The fact of the matter is the present moment will always have the spirit of oppression, because it is the personification of a demonic force, in which some people call this force the devil, some people just call it evil, some people call it darkness, whatever you want to call it, right? It will always exist. It will not go anywhere, because I think I'm gonna take this purple here and put it all over my lip. Honestly, if this force goes away, how will man ever be inspired to know his power? Just a little bit more. True freedom does not come from knowledge of self, but more so from the awareness that the self is all you can know, all you can experience, all that can destroy you, and all that you can overcome. And it is this concept of free will that keeps man oppressed. I'm gonna take this red, or I'm actually gonna take this pink here. It's like bubblegum pink. And I'm gonna apply this to the center of my lip to create dimension. Sometimes perfection is created by a mixture of experiences that all come together to manifest sort of harmony this harmonic essence of reality. And then I think I'm gonna take a little bit of black and go along the edges to really deepen that. But all that is reality can only be defined through the conscious expression of all that you know to be true about all that you are. That is liberation. The more you are aware of, the more love is the highest expression of all you are that you can experience. So I think I'm gonna put on some mascara and then I think I'm done. Self-creativity will always set you free from the belief that you need free will in order to be happy. Man being born with free will is what I believe is a man-made concept. A programmed system of belief to take away from the human, from the brain, an awareness of the true nature of reality. And it programs the brain to always strive for this state of being free, to always look forward, to always believe that it can be achieved through some kind of movement or protest. But I believe freedom is not something that can ever be given to man by man or taken from man by anything external. I believe the only one who can take freedom from the self is the self. And I believe the more that you find your way, the more you will realize that what we have been taught to fight for, what we have been taught to value, is still a part of this program system instilled within society so that it may be unconscious of all that is being granted to them by the creator of life, which is breathing through their nostrils. Man is taught to ignore the fact that life is expressing its divinity through the eyes he uses to see, and instead fight for liberation from a system of justice that within itself is the key that allows them to achieve their most high potential, simply because it will always be fixed, it will always be corrupt. And there is nothing man can do about it except fall into enslavement of this fixed system, or see it in the way that it was intended by the Most High to be perceived by man, who is not in favor of the system. And that intention, again, is the key to unlocking his most high potential that will free man from enslavement for all of eternity, simply because this tool, which again is the system, which is corrupt and fixed, will always stay the same. And as each generation is born, they each have the opportunity to perceive this system in the way of which it was intended by the Most High. But it must be overcome. This lower perception, this victimized perception of the system, it is taught. But I believe there will be a day where this system is seen exactly for what it is, and no longer will man feel the need to destroy the system, alter it, condemn it, but only view it as opportunity to discover the highest form of love within all that is the I am. So now, whoa, I did not expect to look like this at the end. So I took my hair out because, 70s bush vibe, my pick. It's the pick for me, okay? So this is what my hair looks like. This is a braid out that I did, and I left it in for like a week or so, I think. And I cut my hair, like I went full Britney, bitch. Like, I went full Britney like a year ago. For anyone who doesn't know, when I say Britney, I love Britney, by the way. This is like respect and honor, because it was the most freeing thing that I ever did. Like, I fully shaved my head completely bald, and it was the best decision I ever made. I got to fully, and I shaved my brows, and like, it was the best thing ever. I felt so free that I didn't have anything which could define me as beautiful anymore. And I was able to literally see my soul like shine through my skin, my vessel. But I decided to let my hair go back because I don't know, it's kind of like where I am right now on my journey of self-discovery, just seeing like what can happen to my hair if I take care of it, you know, because when you're younger, at least like in my life, I was kind of told to like not be the one who's in charge of my hair until I got older and I started doing it myself with like looking at YouTube tutorials and things of that nature. I kind of want to move over and things of that nature that don't work. You don't need a tutorial to know how to do your hair, to know how to love your hair, to know how to take care of it. Just do what feels natural. The nature, right, of your hair is what is intended to be kept up, not a style or protection over your hair. No, the nature of it, how it is in its most natural state. That is what you are tending to, maintaining that. And all of these like guides and ways don't need it. Your hair will tell you what it needs. Each individual strand is the embodiment of all that you are. It is your soul. And so I'm just gonna pick it more, you know. I enjoy my pick. Truthfully, I've been using coconut oil in my hair, and this Cantu shea butter gel to kind of hold my twists and hold my braids. You know, I don't think you have to like always wear your hair natural to be a natural girl, to feel beautiful, to feel like, you know, you love your hair. But I do think as long as you are accepting your hair when it is in its natural state, then that is all that your hair asks. That's all that you need to understand that who you are naturally is the epitome of love. I'm trying to shape it, you know. The way my hair has grown back is like so cool. Like, it's all one length, but when I have my bush, it's so cool because it like is in this nice circular shape. Okay, and then we can kind of go and separate some curls, you know, to give more volume if we want. Yeah, it's been a little bit over a year since I cut my hair. The last time I remember shaving my head was March 2021. March or April. And I went fully bald. Because honestly, I wanted to reset. And I never felt more beautiful in my life, okay? It helped me understand that beauty is not defined by your hair or your makeup or your eyebrows or even your skin tone or your texture, any of those things. But by really the decisions you make to feel the most alive, to feel the most free within all that you are, the sacrifices you make to experience peace within. sacrifices that are within, of decisions, of choices, of perceptions of what should and should not be done. And I feel like what I sacrificed was, validation, reliance on society to tell me whether I'm sane because I choose to cut my hair. I never felt more sane in my life. When you choose to set yourself free by doing what allows you to feel like life is beautiful, that is how you discover your path. The answers will be gifted to you, and you will find that no one has the ability to define anything about you. Your worth, your beauty, your sanity, your safety. That only you can do that by knowing your power and setting yourself free. Look at that, those curls in the back. Maybe I'll do like a twist out video because I'm gonna wash my hair then put it right back and twist. That's how we're taking care of her. Okay. Anyways, so this is the end of my tutorial. I'm trying to like move away from my Spider-Man bag. Spider-Man is my soulmate. Anyways, so here we are, giving 70s punk rocker energy, rock girl with our bush, serving power. Okay. Let me get closer. Yeah, I didn't know this is what we would end up with, but we did end up with it, and I'm very pleased actually. It ended up matching my little like kimono moment. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoy spending time with me. Hopefully I'll see you soon. And this is the end. Goodbye.